Okay, for my presentation today, I thought I would do a little bit on PPE since we're in the pandemic. You'll notice I have my gloves on. So one of the first things, a lot of people now, you're seeing them wearing gloves. I have these gloves. I actually use them for barbecuing. I use them for rubbing the meat and handling raw chicken. So I've had a box forever. If you have gloves and you're taking them off, the way to get them off without contaminating yourself is you want to pinch the glove and you're going to pull it back, and then you're going to ball it up in your hand like that. And then with the second glove, what you want to do is slide your finger underneath so you have it like that, and then you turn it inside out. And now everything's inside that glove. You can dispose of it. Now we're going to do our hand care, and away we go. I also want to talk a bit about masks. So that's gloves. Let's look at masks. So there's all kinds of different masks out there that you'll see people wearing, everything from bandanas. I actually know some people in Europe who are wearing full respirators because they have immune deficiencies, and if they get the virus, they're probably going to die. So let's look at some masks. The first one I want to look at is this very colorful one. My wife made this one. Can you hand me the other one there? So what you want to make sure of is that the mask is actually big enough. So if I open this one up, I'm just going to take my glasses off, you can see that it's not big enough to cover my whole face. So that's one of the problems. So this one, when my wife made it, she made it extra big. So when I open it up, it actually will cover my whole face. And you hook it behind your ears, and then you want to put your glasses back on. One of the problems with the homemade masks is because they don't have a nose clip, they tend to fog your glasses up. So that can be a bit of an issue for you if you wear glasses like I do. When you take these off, you're going to hold it like that and take it off. In the washing machine, away you go. According to Johns Hopkins, that should be good. Johns Hopkins, I did some research on this, and they're saying that people should be wearing face masks because they will not only protect you, but more importantly, they protect other people. So the second mask we want to look at is what's called surgical mask. So they come like this. When you get these masks, what you want to do with them is the same thing. You're going to wash your hands. You're going to grab the mask by the clips. I'm going to take my glasses off for this. You're going to put the mask on behind your ears. You want to adjust it so that it fits over your face. And then these have a clip in the nose. When you squeeze it, it actually conforms to your nose. And then on you go. And away we go. When you go to take it off, we're going to take off our glasses. We're going to grab it by the sides like that and pull it off. You never want to touch the front once you've put it on because theoretically the front's contaminated. The other thing you can see with this is you can see how that bent. That's the clip for the nose right there. So there's actually a piece of metal in there that will bend it to whatever shape you want it. The next thing I wanted to look at is a KN95. So a KN95 is a knockoff of an N95, which is what most of the nurses are wearing or hospital people are wearing. With this one, they are not approved for medical use in Canada. However, they are in China, and that's where these come from. If you couldn't get the N95s, this is as good a solution as anything. One of the things with the masks that seal to your face, and that's kind of the difference between this and an N95, is the N95 will seal to your face. If you have facial hair like I do, even one day stubble, you're not going to get a proper fit. So with the first two masks we looked at, fit testing isn't required, and it isn't required with these ones either. And we'll talk about fit testing in a second. So the same thing, you're going to grab it when you pick it up, you're going to put it over your face and hook it over to your ears. You're going to pinch the nose piece so it's in place. And I have way more hair and really small ears, so they don't always stay in place for me. And then I'll put my glasses back on, and now no steaming up of my glasses at all. And you can see when I breathe in, you can see it will actually suck to my face a little bit. When you take it off, the same thing. You're going to grab it by the clips, and then we're going to dispose of it. The next mask I wanted to talk about is the N95. So this is the one, the big shortage of the medical one. Interesting thing now, these are going for like $10 a piece. When this pandemic started, I went and bought a box. Here it is, a box of 20. I paid $12 for it, for a box of 20, and now they're going for $10 or $12 a piece. So the N95, what makes it different? It actually has a bit of a seal around the edge here. It has some foam inside to protect your nose, and of course it has this steel clip on the outside. So again, if you were going to put this on, the way you would do it, we'll get rid of our glasses. We're going to take it, we're going to fit it over our face. We're going to take the top strap and we're going to go up to the back of our head with the top strap. And then you're going to take the bottom strap and you're going to go up and around to the nape of your neck at the back. Once that's on, we're going to pinch our nose piece the way we did with the others. And you're supposed to do a bit of a fit test. So if you press on this and blow out, there shouldn't be any air escaping. Now I have nothing escaping up here, but I can feel the air coming in down around my chin because of my beard. When you go to take it off, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to pull it over your head with the first one, and then you're going to grab the second one and take it off. They are making nurses reuse these. Bradley mentioned last week you can clean them. The research I've done says you can clean them, but one of the issues is it actually degrades them as you clean them. So that's something you want to be careful that you can only use them so many times. The last thing, this is a full respirator, and this actually has clips that go on the front. If you're going to use these, they have to be fit tested. A couple of things that people miss all the time on these is they have some flanges. So there's a little flange here and there's a flange inside here that have to be cleaned. You need to take them apart and clean them. When this is on, to put it on if you were going to use one of these, again, it's going to go over your nose like that. You're going to pull it over and then you take the two clips and they clip around the back. And you're supposed to do, and you probably can barely hear me, but you can hear the whistle, and that's part of what you're supposed to do. Once you wear these, so I'm just going to take it off so you can hear me. You probably can't hear me. So what you're supposed to do when you have this on the fit testing is you actually cover the intake valves and you breathe in. That's the negative, and it should suck to your face. There shouldn't be any air coming around. With the bottom one, this one here, which is the exhale, you would cover that and breathe out, and the mask should puff out, but you shouldn't feel any air leaks. And that's the way to, how you test these every time you wear them. But for fit testing, it's actually a procedure and it's a training I do. It's fairly complicated, but you should be fit tested if you're going to wear one of these or an N95 at least once every 2 years. The other thing with the respirators, you have to make sure you have the proper filters. So that's a little bit about gloves and a little bit about masks.